Tony Langley's Gladiator team, won the one and only race to be sailed at the Puerto Portals 52 Super Series Sailing Week, Day 3, to keep the pressure on the event leaders Müller-Spreer's Platoon Aviation, who maintained their high level of consistency with a third, to remain 9 points clear, as the regatta passed its midpoint. DeVos' Quantum Racing powered by American Magic took third.
Another hot sunny morning here in Mallorca at the Puerto Portals 52 Super Series Sailing Week, reaching day number 3, Platoon on top. Last night, a bit of a party here. One of the great things about Puerto Portals, it's such a lifestyle destination. All the sailors love coming here. So let's go on the water. Let's see whose powers of recovery after the party are the best. So race number 5, the midpoint of the regatta, the breeze is 13-14 knots on the start line. The wind axis is 180 degrees. Gladiator start once again in the left of the group, off the pin end of the line, and they take the advantage when they cross the fleet about halfway up the beat. Top mark, Gladiator lead. Second round, Platoon. Third round, Quantum Racing. Some penalties at the back of the fleet. Busy mark rounding. But at the leeward gate, well, Gladiator extending, Quantum Racing come round the left mark. Platoon go to the right mark and seem to lose a little bit. Through the finish line, it's a win for Gladiator. Second, Quantum Racing. Third, Platoon.
2 days of racing, everything can happen. You know, here you do 10 points in few arrows, it goes to 2 arrows and you go 10 points. So everything can happen.
Yeah, so we just had the one race today, finished second, and most of it was just working to the left-hand side of the race course. It was dominant all day. So yeah, simple. It was ended up maybe 2-3 tacks the whole race.
So and then just the one race today, Gladiator winning standings then after today's race. The Platoon leading on 11 points. Second is Gladiator on 20, and third, Quantum Racing Power of American Magic on 27 points. So that's it for day 3 here at the Puerto Portals 52 Super Series Sailing Week. Gladiator pulling back, keeping the pressure on Platoon at the top of the table. Join us again.
This is your weekly global sailing highlights show, The World on Water, September 6, 2024. The 2024 Finn Gold Cup opened in Aarhus, Denmark, this week with an impressive lineup of new and old talent. It follows 6 years on from the last time the Finn World Championship was held in Aarhus, then as part of the 2018 Sailing World Championships. The event, hosted by Sailing Aarhus at the Aarhus International Sailing Centre, also incorporates the Finn Silver Cup for under-23 sailors.
The Finn Gold Cup is one of the most prestigious and oldest trophies in sailing, and the 68th edition was opened in Aarhus, Denmark, with around 110 entries from 20 countries. The trophy is littered with the names of some of the best athletes in the sport of sailing over the past 7 decades, including Paul Elstam, John Bertrand, Cam Lewis, Frederick Loof, Mateusz Kuznierowicz, Ben Ainsley, and Giles Scott. However, despite the long list of names on the trophy box, the Finn Gold Cup remained elusive and unreachable for many sailors over the years. To win it even once was a major achievement, but to win more than once was incredible and something only a handful of sailors achieved. Today, despite the change in circumstances for the Finn class, it remains the pinnacle achievement of one of the most influential classes on the planet. It is still a trophy and an event that captivates the imagination and the ambition of sailors around the world. It is a piece of history, not just of the class, but of the sport of sailing, and to hold it and to be in the presence of such greatness is an emotional and an uplifting experience. The sacrifices and the skills of those who have gone before to lift this cup is legend. And it is still worth winning. On Sunday in Aarhus the practice race was held, with Germany's Endre Budzian leading most of the way, but behind him were many young sailors seeking glory, including Australia's Jack Eichmeyer, who was not far behind, and Finland's Oskari Muhonen, who also found the front early on. The competitors' briefing and welcome ceremony was held in the evening, overlooking Aarhus Bay, with more than 100 Finn sailors present.
After a long, hot, but very exciting Saturday of racing on the Bay of Palma, Müller-Spreer's 2023 circuit champions Platoon Aviation go into the final, decisive, last two races of the Puerto Portals 52 Super Series Sailing Week, with a 3 points lead over both the world champions Gladiator and Quantum Racing powered by American Magic, who are both locked on the same aggregate.
Well, who could believe it's already the penultimate day of racing here at the Puerto Portals 52 Super Series Sailing Week. We have a decent forecast. Let's go racing. Race number 6, the breeze is at 13-14 knots on the start line. 165 degrees is the wind angle. Off the start line will Paprec make a nice start at the pin end of the line, beating Gladiator to the preferred pin. And the left side comes in strong at the top mark. It's Paprec leading, Gladiator second, Quantum Racing powered by American Magic ticketing third round. Platoon Aviation get a penalty at the top mark and drop back to 12th place down the first run. Through the finish line, it's a win for Paprec, their first of the season. Second, Gladiator. Third, Quantum Racing powered by American Magic, but pulling back 2 places and finishing in 9th. Platoon Aviation still hold the regatta lead. So race 7, the breeze has dropped very slightly. A good start from Sled in the middle of the line. Phoenix and Prevezza go well up the first beat, but Platoon get a penalty and that drops them way down the fleet. At the top mark, it's Sled leading from Phoenix, Prevezza round in third. And through the finish line, it's a very big, comfortable win for Sled. Prevezza through for their second of the event so far. Quantum Racing powered by American Magic at third. Platoon, their second 9th, drops them down to second place overall. And Gladiator lead the regatta. So the third race of the day is fantastically close to the top mark between Prevezza and Alpha Plus overlapped. Allegri round in third, that is the order down the first run. Alpha Plus extend and lead round the leeward gate. Prevezza second, Allegri third, but this race is decided on the final run. Alpha Plus come through to win their first race of the regatta. Allegri through in second, Prevezza in third, Sled fourth, and then it gets really busy. Quantum Racing come in with a late fifth. Platoon gets sixth, but then Criolla come in from the right. They squeeze out Gladiator. Gladiator end up with 10th.
I needed to understand why we have a penalty on the first race, because I really can't believe that the Empire gives to us a penalty. To me, it's quite frustrating because we try to stay as clean as possible.
Yeah, we had a really good day on Quantum Racing. The pressure's always there, and at the end of the day, you gotta perform to come out on top. So we're feeling really good for the last day and had a lot of fun.
Reset, clean our mind, have a good rest, and come back strong tomorrow for the last day.
So going into the final day of Puerto Portals 52 Super Series Sailing Week, Platoon Aviation lead by 3 points. They're on 35. Gladiator on 38. Quantum Racing powered by American Magic on 38. Paprec are on 52, and there's only 6 points between 4th and 10th. So the penultimate day of the regatta, just showing how close it is on the water. Going into the final day, 3-cornered fight between Platoon Aviation, Gladiator and Quantum Racing powered by American Magic. Who's going to win?
In light, ghosting conditions which prevailed for the final miles of the passage, Louis Berraha won the first leg of the 55th edition of the Solitaire du Figaro between Le Havre and Gijón. The 31-year-old who finished third last year held his nerve and kept his boat moving best, and chose the best leyline to the line to take first gun and take his first ever stage victory on his 6th La Solitaire du Figaro.
Le premier!
Une ribambelle de spies au loin qui annonce une arrivée d'étape très serrée. Et si c'est d'abord Thomas de Dinchin qui se présente à quelques pas de la ligne d'arrivée à Riron, sur une mer d'huile où Éole a perdu son souffle, c'est finalement Loïs Béréard qui remporte la première étape de cette 55e édition de la Solitaire du Figaro Paprec.
Ah bah il a fallu la chercher, ouais. C'est ma 6e Solitaire du Figaro, c'est la première fois que je gagne une étape. Ça m'aura pris 6 ans, mais putain c'est bon, ça y est quoi.
59 secondes plus tard, le deuxième à monter sur le podium, c'est Basile Bourgnon.
Je
pense que dans la tête ça fait du bien aussi. Effectivement, comptablement, ça sert pas à grand chose, on n'a pas mis de gros écarts. Par contre, dans la tête, on repart sur un bon mojo et on va essayer de garder ça tout au long des 3 étapes.
Troisième solitaire à franchir la ligne d'arrivée, Jules Dusselier termine aussi premier bisu.
C'est ça qui a été bien dans cette étape, c'est qu'on a eu tout pour une première nuit sur la solitaire. Aller passer Barfleur dans les cailloux et la sortie du rat Blanchard dans un peu d'air et après des bords de vitesse à jouer des petits angles, c'est génial. Je pense que c'est ça la solitaire et c'est ça que je suis venu chercher et j'adore.
En 9e position, Tom Dolan prend la tête du classement du Vivi Trophy qui récompense le premier étranger.
Non, j'avoue, je ne m'attendais pas que ça part aussi en sous-7 à l'arrivée. C'est souvent le cas ici en Espagne, donc je m'attendais depuis des mois, mais en vue de la météo, je ne pensais pas que ça allait arriver. Voilà, petite arrivée espagnole, on peut dire, classique.
Mais les écarts sont infimes. En 30 minutes, 24 marins avaient atteint Riron. La solitaire du Figaro-Paprec est une course au temps, alors rien n'est joué. Il reste encore 2 étapes pour creuser l'écart et s'imposer.
That was the finish of the first stage between Rouen and Gijon. Now for the start of race 2 of the Solitaire du Figaro-Paprec. Gijon back to Royan.
Le but c'est de rester rapide, rester devant et puis tout va bien se passer.
Merci la bombe. Sur les pontons de Riron, à quelques heures de prendre le départ, les concurrents décryptent la physionomie de cette 2e étape de la solitaire du Figaro-Paprec.
Ça peut être une petite course de vitesse, donc il y a forcément quelques adversaires que je redoute, notamment en vitesse, donc il va falloir pas les laisser partir trop loin devant et voilà, rester compétitif auprès d'eux et se placer juste devant, idéalement.
À quoi je m'attends ? Une étape peut-être un petit peu plus simple quand même, moins de passages à niveau, une étape un peu plus large, une étape quand même où il va falloir être concentré jusqu'au bout parce qu'on va pas avoir beaucoup de vent, donc va falloir rester concentré de A à Z.
À l'arrivée de l'étape 1, il y avait moins de 4 minutes d'écart entre les 10 premiers.
Les écarts sont vraiment minimes et tout reste à jouer, c'est ça qui est cool, c'est que là on repart un peu, les compteurs sont à 0 et puis on repart sur une feuille blanche, donc ça va être sympa.
Changement de programme sur cette étape. Au vu des conditions météo faibles du côté du Cap Finistère, la direction de course a choisi de réduire le parcours. Les figaristes devront laisser une île à tribord et pour son nom...
Aucune idée. Je sais que c'est vers la Corogne.
Ouah la vache, ça c'est dur.
Alors je sais que ça commence par Isla, ça c'est sûr.
Isla Sisarga, je sais plus quoi là. Non.
Attends, je le retiens jamais. C'est Isla des... Et ça, il a dit, voilà.
Amélie, est-ce que tu peux me prononcer le nom de l'île que les figaristes doivent contourner?
C'est Isla Sigara. Si, Isla Sigara Grande. Sisarga Grande.
3, 2, 1, bon départ, bonne navigation, belle nave.
515 000 nautiques devant leurs étraves avant d'atteindre Royan, port d'accueil de l'arrivée de cette 2e étape de la solitaire du Figaro-Paprec. Une étape qui s'annonce une nouvelle fois palpitante.
Tony Langley's British-flagged Gladiator team made it 2 wins in succession when they overturned a 3-points deficit in the one and only race sailed on the final day, to add the Puerto Portals 52 Super Series Sailing Week title to the Rolex TP52 World Championship, which they secured in Newport, Rhode Island, some 6 weeks ago.
So the last day of racing, complicated forecast. Who's going to win? Who's going to be the champions here in Mallorca?
Yesterday was a tough day for us. The overall get really tight, so what we need to do is do our best race and the things will come.
We did a lot of mistakes during this regatta, but everybody did a lot of mistakes. And the group is bigger now, so more boat. Situation is a little tighter.
Really excited, the points are tight and we're sailing well. There's a great energy within our team, so really looking forward to it.
So the big finale, the big showdown race gets underway after a little bit of a delay. 225 is the wind angle. It's about 8 to 9 knots of breeze. It's quite a streaky breeze. And off the start line will Gladiator get the perfect start, get it out to the right, which is preferred on this upwind. The top mark though, Teasing Machine leading, Gladiator second, Platoon Aviation in third. Platoon Aviation have the regatta lead still. All they need to do is chase Gladiator in the same stretch of water all the way around the race course. But on the run, Platoon Aviation jibe to the left and lose out a little bit to Gladiator, and that's the finish order through the finish line. Well, it's a win for Teasing Machine, the French debutants. Gladiator in second and Platoon down in fifth. The regatta title in Puerto Portals go to Gladiator, winning 2 regattas in a row, Platoon finishing second, and Quantum Racing powered by American Magic finish third overall.
Obviously really pleased. It was quite a tough week, but we kept our nerves, and today I think that we have a solid day. We read the conditions pretty well, and obviously we pull it off, so we are very, very happy.
Before we came here, we probably would have signed a second, but going into today with 3 points lead and only 1 race, and there was a tough race there.
We're hoping to get the win, but Gladiator and Platoon sailed really well. Looking forward to Valencia and looking forward to ending up on a good note.
So the final standings at the Puerto Portals 52 Super Series sailing week. After 9 races, Gladiator win on 40 points. Platoon Aviation takes second on Countback on 40 points, and third Quantum Racing powered by American Magic on 45 points. So after 4 of 5 regattas this season, Gladiator leading on 152 points. Second are Quantum Racing powered by American Magic on 160 points. Third, Platoon Aviation on 180 points. Fourth, Sled on 188 points. Fifth, Allegre on 198. Well, a long, hard, hot week here in Puerto Portals, Mallorca. Gladiator finishing up on top. 2 regatta wins in a row for them. We now head to Valencia for the big finale, the end of season. Can Gladiator carry on the momentum and win the 2024 title? Join us there.
We cross the English Channel to spend a few days in England with Pip Hare, skipper of the IMOCA Medallia. Pip invites us into her world and shares her ambitious project, her dream of competing in the Vendée Globe, her unwavering determination to make it happen, the UK's deep-rooted culture of offshore racing, and the steadfast support of her team. While some days are more challenging than others, she fully appreciates the privilege of being on the starting line for the next Vendée Globe.
The boat's so good. When you just think how much we've done to it in the last 2 years, it's completely changed, radically changed, yeah. At least it's not raining. Yeah. So big foils. But these are, I love them. Yeah, Joff is on board.
I mean, we've got the same shore team you'd have had 20 years ago, basically. So, and the boats are a lot more demanding. So, yeah, it's quite hard.
This is us. It really is, yeah. It's a lot better than nothing. It's better than how I started. I started sailing when I was a baby. There's a picture of me on a boat. I'm less than 1 year old. I really fell in love with sailing when I was 16 or 17 years old. I wanted to race in the Vendée Globe since I first read about it in 1989, you know, the first edition. But it took me 30 years to make it happen. 30 years of trying lots of different jobs on the water.
I think there's very much fewer and fewer people who want to do the Vendée Globe. But I think that's good. I think it makes the race harder. I think there's not many people that can sail that hard for extended periods. So I think that'll be interesting to see. She's not like, oh, you know, I've suddenly got this and I don't like it and I don't like the experience. She still really likes it. So I hope she could do well in the Vendée. I think it's...
We are leaving Paul, yeah. Heading to over to Gosport. There's a few things we need to pick up there, and my rudder, so finished now, so I need to go and get it. And what I would really like is to be able to kind of change the British culture so that sailing becomes a bit more part of society like it is in France. And I think the more people see it, the more that it becomes normal and it becomes something that they're interested in. And if I just take my team and I go to France, then it's not helping any other British sailor. So a lot of the talent goes to France. Or somewhere else, you know, and in all the big programs, so the America's Cup, Sail GP, yeah, they suck up a lot of talent, and then we don't have, because we don't have that culture that you have in Brittany. You know, people go there because they want to work on teams like that, and so we kind of, we don't have that. I'm quite jealous because when I go to Lorient in particular and I see all the teams there, and you just think about all the knowledge that's there and how that knowledge is passed between people so easily, just over a coffee or a conversation on the dock, or you know, it's easy to share resources, it's easy to share ideas, to find someone to train with. I'm also really happy to be where we are. I'm lucky. I live 15 minutes away from my boat. Poole Harbour is beautiful. It's a beautiful place. The Vendée Globe is one of the toughest sporting events on the planet. We know that. We choose that. So I don't think I should be complaining. I can acknowledge it. I can talk about the fact that it is difficult, but it's my responsibility to turn that around. And at the end of the day, I chose to be there, and I wouldn't want to be anywhere else. And for me, you know, it took me such a long time to make the Vendée happen. Such a long time. So much effort, and so many people supported me and helped me. And I just feel it's the greatest opportunity ever, and I don't want to waste a single second of it. So you just have to take everything, absolutely everything, and make the most of it, and be the most powerful you can, and be the strongest you can, and keep trying, and also to enjoy it and live it and feel it, because those are the moments that I'm going to remember when I'm old. They're the things about my life that I'm going to treasure the most, I think. So, yeah.
Day 10, Danielle Benedetti survived a last-day scare to earn first event victory on World Tour, while Justine Lemetire powers to victory in women's foil slalom. For a short while, it looked as though the last day of the 2024 Fuerteventura PWA World Cup may end in anticlimactic fashion after the early strong winds became gusty and shifty, which caused a postponement to the racing. Thankfully, however, shortly after 1 p.m. local time, the wind returned, allowing a further 2 eliminations for the men and 3 eliminations for the women to be completed in winds ranging anywhere between 18 to 28 knots.
And we have already crowned the winner. Justine Lemetire will win this competition, the opening event of the foil slalom. There she is, 9.9 points. They get another discard after this, so worst case she counts 9.9, and Marion Mortefon cannot catch her. So that is how it will stand. So Justine Lemetire is on a glory run here. Marion Mortefon, second place, that's guaranteed as well. And Blanca Alabau is also guaranteed third. So it's not so consequential. This is what they didn't want happening in the Olympics. They screened the last race and nothing can change. And this is why they've come up with that new system in the Olympics. Is it right? Is it wrong? That's the debate. And there we go. Morris and Engelman with good starts down this bottom end. Engelman give a good of account of herself for this week in 4th place at the moment. Morris as well. Now she's got her gear back. Neil Pride and Future Fly. It's been stuck in an airport for the last week or so. And Lemaitre, I think, wants to win this last one. She's been on such dominant form. It would be very fitting to do almost a Sarah Keita. But she's been pushed all the way from Marion Mortefon. Mortefon did start this competition in absolutely epic form. It did look like it was going to be a whitewash, but then Lemaitre came back so strong during the racing and then has dominated the last couple of days of foil slalom. Here we go. This is De Jong on the foil, 14 years old. Just 50 kilos. Let that sink in. Out there racing here in Fuerteventura in the nuclear winds. And don't get me wrong, everyone who's been here this week, every sort of normal windsurfer I've seen says, oh my God, the live stream doesn't do it justice. How windy it is out there, the chop and the swell all combining. You know, you really, good avoidance tactics there from Mortefon. Manages to avoid Morris there. Good fight at the front between Engelman and Lemaitre. Good, Engelman finished with a win. I don't think Lemaitre would like that to happen. She wants to finish on another bullet by the looks of it. There we go. Oh, nice jibe from Lemaitre. Good jibe from Engelman as well. She's only been wind foiling, and not just wind foiling, only been windsurfing, if that's what you want to call it, 3 years. Before that, she was in a boat. Let that sink in. 3 years from nothing to this, racing, finishing in 4th place. Is she a talent to watch out for in the future? I think so. I think so. Keep your eye on Engelman. Spoke to Becker about it the other day. He goes, that's why I've got her signed up on Patrick. 3 years and she's at this level. Just missed out on going to the Olympics. I mean, it's impressive stuff. And we've seen her improve this week as the week has gone on. Lemaitre, though, doesn't want to give this away. Engelman wants to finish on a high. We're going to have a nice drag race down this last reach. Are we going to get it all the way to the line? Could Engelman finish on a win? Lemaitre wants to finish on a win. 3 days of crazy foil slalom action. And this is the way we are finishing this women's elimination. And it looks like it is going to be Justine Lemaitre taking the last win of this event. And very fitting that she has absolutely dominated the last 2 days. And she will be the Fuerteventura foil slalom champion 2024. What a result for the young French girl. She's had a great week. She's nailed it in the Slalom X, finishing second in the overalls, second in the event, first in the foil slalom. Absolutely epic stuff from, and she's always good. She's always good value. She's always got a smile on her face, happy. She's young. She is definitely the future of this discipline. We're going to see more and more riders coming in, no doubt about it. But she will be there and she will be challenging.
Justine, Fuerteventura World Cup winner, how does it feel?
It's unreal for now. I'm super happy. I had a tough event here last year. I finished 5th, and so now it's a good comeback. First, I'm happy. The gear was flying, the speed was there, the jibe were there, everything went together. So thank you to everybody, friend, family, my dad, the sponsors, everybody. It was an amazing week.
You had an unbelievable event in Garda. Does this match that feeling?
I think, yeah. I think even better. I think it's even better because it was two disciplines in one and both worked out. So yeah, I think it's fully over Garda now.
Nice to hear. You got the Vice World Champion title yesterday. Yeah. You were super emotional. How are you feeling now?
A bit emotional. Less than yesterday. It's not a title. It's only one event, but I'm already proud of this and happy of this. But I'm going to need some time to let it sink in.
You struggled with the high wind foiling last year. You're now dominating it completely. What's changed?
I got better gear last year. I had fin stairs on the foil. I had the wrong front wing. It was way too big. Now I worked with Sumawi on the sails in September. It worked out, I think, good. So I'm happy about the work we did with Art, and yeah, the sails are better, the board is better, everything is better. So yeah, everything went together. So that's good.
Edge over everyone else this week.
Yeah, there's the gear. The gear is one thing, but we're still sailing on it. So I'm also happy about me how I sailed, and thank you to also my physical and mental coach who helped me a lot this winter. So it's teamwork behind the solo victory, but it's a real team.
Huge congratulations, well done.
Thanks a lot. Thanks a lot.